and I gave my heart and soul to it for a long time, 21 years. And when I left, I made under. Hello everybody, welcome back to the cabin. Welcome back to Commonwealth. Flipper, you know, I don't talk about money as far, well, I talk about money for individual sales, but I don't talk about how much I make as a reseller. And I very rarely go out there and put the videos, you know, made $20,000 and whatever, you know, I don't know. Maybe I should, maybe it would get more views, but I don't normally talk about that. But I did make pretty public my transition from teaching into reselling. Now, obviously, when we're going to talk today, we're going to talk, you know, I have other streams of revenue, like YouTube, for instance, that you guys allow me to have. But I'm going to talk about just the reselling side of it a little bit, because me and my wife have been talking, and we made the decision, you know, when I quit that teaching job, we kind of thought, well, you know, hey, if it doesn't work out, you know, you can go back. You can have that nice protection, you know, have those few months off in the summertime, you know, a couple weeks off for Christmas. You can have that retirement plan, but you're capped. You know, there's just a limit on it. And I can go back to that if need be, but we made the decision that there's no going back at this point. We so enjoy doing what we're doing, and the money is, well, I'm going to tell you in a minute. I'm going to compare what I was making as a teacher to what I am kind of making now, but what I think a full-time reseller can make, at least in this area right here. And this is just a half a year of doing reselling full-time. And I'm going to talk about those numbers a little bit, and I've got some great sales. So give me a few sales here, and then we'll get into the topic, plus another kind of secondary topic that relates to it, which is some of the comments that come in. And I talk about this from time to time. I don't know, you want to call them hate comments or whatever, but I've kind of connected the two. That some people just don't like the idea of people being able to be resellers, maybe full-time, maybe even part-time, and make ends meet or go on vacation when they're stuck in some lousy job somewhere with no way to make extra money. But it's really a mindset. And I want to look at some of those comments and compare it to what I'm going to talk about today, which is what is possible and why we have absolutely fallen in love with being reseller. We're going to take 2 days off this week, in the middle of the week, and we're going to go take off for a couple of days, and that's awesome. But I got some great sales too, which makes all of this possible. Let's take a look. Sometimes I'll show you what sold before I ever get the video out. This was like a charity sale, and I saw these in a bag full of all kinds of stuff. Bought a ton of different bags. These are Polly Pockets. If you don't know what they are, most of you seasoned resellers have probably sold some in the past. I'm going to open them in just a second, but to give you an idea here, these sold for $54.95 each. So what is that? Do some math there. 110 bucks after I missed the 1960-68 reference the other day. Boy, I feel bad. Anyway, these Polly Pockets are amazing. We are already in the profit on those bags that we bought. This is just going to add to the profit, and we haven't sold like maybe 25% of it so far. So hopefully I can do this here and let you take a look at these. If I can get it open. What am I doing? There we go. And you see the little figures in them, these little bunnies. I don't know what this one's called, but George Mama told me there's a little doll in there. She's like, yeah, initially I thought they were like 25 bucks a piece, but nope, even better than that. Check out this one right here. Same setup, 2 bunnies and a girl. So there you go. Polly Pockets, great money. And when we talk about the numbers in just a minute or two here, you know, if you're a reseller, you already know this, but a lot of people are kind of contemplating and whatever. Well, it's not simple, and I'm not saying quit your job. That's not what this is about. It's just trying to provide clarity and also to not make things look like, you know, pie in the sky. But to at least explain to some people who would never make this leap of faith, who aren't full-time, or maybe their spouse has a job out there that's dependable so they can do this, but it's not like you have to sell X amount of dollars to make ends meet. To kind of explain the process for us, because there is no outside job at this point other than, of course, YouTube and that kind of stuff. But this ET right here in drag sold for, I don't even know, my wife listed this. It was out of one of those same bags that we got the Polly Pockets. And that one right there sold for $6 plus shipping. We have been selling the heck out of the Radio Shack stuff lately after like 2 months with hardly selling any of it. Let's see if I think maybe it's this one. this one over here. That switch right there. There's a couple different switches. This is an automatic switch, amplified something or other. I don't even know what it's called. Let's see here. Distribution amplifier. $49 for that one, plus shipping. Next one is a viewer sale, and keep that in context too when we talk about reselling here, that I am getting, you know, 10 to 15% of my sales are to viewers. And at times, you know, day to day, they could get as high as 20%. I've had it. But, you know, typically in the 10 to 15% range. So you gotta kind of keep that in mind when I talk about kind of the numbers we've done so far in this type of reselling. Let's see here. Here we go. ET Jewelry. And again, this went to a viewer. Matter of fact, this is like double here. This came from a viewer, went to a viewer. So we're incredibly blessed to be doing this with the ET stuff. But it is really cool. And it's brand new, old stock, dead stock, so it's pretty cool. Earrings right there. Okay, this one went to, let me see the name, Rachel. Saw on your Flipper channel that you had ET vintage jewelry, and I knew I had to have some of these earrings. They are the perfect kind of weird that I like. Recently got back into reselling and went to an amazing estate sale. The lady had all kinds of stuff from the 70s and 80s that was not opened at all. I scored big time, but best was a vintage cooler, vintage Coleman cooler, diamond cooler, which I know what you're talking about. And it's probably from the 60s, never been used at all. So, Rachel, thank you so much, and thank you for the support. We appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy the ET earrings out there. Okay, first, before I talk about, you know, how much we're making in comparison, and I'm going to use general numbers. I'm not going to pull up screens and do all that. I don't know. I just find it a little distasteful. But, you know, I understand that side of it, too. There's a lot of people who do it, and I have no problem with that either. Matter of fact, Dave here did it not too long ago on Trash to Cash podcast. Well, he didn't do it on the Trash to Cash podcast, but he talked about it on there, and he did it on his show on NC Flipper. And I wanted to talk about something. This is what got me thinking about it. This part of the video where we did the Trash to Cash podcast, and he says, I can't remember what he calls it, the trolls of tack, right? And I've had just a flurry of those, and they come and go, and I'm used to it, and I'm not complaining about it. I'm not giving them press. I'm not doing all those things. So it doesn't bother me whatsoever. It actually kind of enlightens why I did what I did, why me and my wife made this decision that works for us. All right, I'm going to read just a couple of these comments, and this is what triggered this idea in my mind, that there really are just a few different personality types out there. And most of you who listen to this who are resellers, even if you do have an outside job, if you're not full-time, and most of you aren't full-time, but you still have the same mentality that you want to do this to better yourselves, to make more money, to do X, Y, or Z. There's a why for it. And a lot of times it has to do with things that are valuable to you, that are valuable to most people who are watching this show. You know, family, time with family, experiences, vacation, early retirement, all kinds of, you know, education for your kids, whatever it is. And there's those type of people, and you're just happy, and you're outgoing, and you just want to accomplish, and you want to do things, and you want to have success. And then there's people out there who just, not only do they not really crave success for themselves, but they don't want it for other people. So I'm going to read a couple comments here. Here's the first one. So, I prefer Harry Tornado to Commonwealth. Oh, wait, this is the wrong one. I'm sorry. This one just made me mad. So, I'm just kidding. That was a real comment on Facebook, though. All right, here's another one. A real one. If you make extreme profits on some of these items like you say you do, don't you think you should offer more money? Or do you just like taking advantage of people? American Pickers always educates the seller before they buy. Okay. So, you know, people always say they're just jealous or whatever. I think that's part of it. They just don't want other people to experience things that they would have to do, you know, work hard to do for themselves. Here's another one, and this stems from a video where I was haggling with somebody. I was two different people at the same sale. It's a great video, by the way, and I actually liked both people. One of them didn't come off very well in the video, and they were ripping the person in the video. Most people who were commenting, well, this person was ripping me here. This is one of the reasons why people don't like resellers. Here's a stack of stickers. It's the NWO stickers that we sell from time to time, that they've been selling to lots of different people for $2 a piece. Then some jerk, then some jerk off comes in and wants to buy all of them so they can turn around and sell them for even more money. Then he says, yeah, this guy had lots of them and whatever, but I see this all the time, not only online, but locally as well. It's like watching ants swarm on a piece of candy on the ground, and it's just kind of pathetic. Get a real job. You know, matter of fact, I had that one the other day. It said, you know, go out and make a decent living instead of being indecent. And then another person used the same word, indecent, on a video. You know, my offer was, I guess, indecent proposal. Just thought of that. My offer was indecent for those books, those Louis L'Amour books that we ended up selling for a bunch of money. And I'm like, you know what? I got to tell you, I'm not ashamed of what I do. I'm proud of what I do. I like what I do. And the reality is, that person, just as an example, they would have ended up taking all that stuff to the Goodwill. And instead they got hundreds of dollars from me, and then I hauled it off. Not just the books, but all kinds of stuff. Because I went back literally the day they were filling up the truck. That's when he finally said, okay, I'll sell them to you, because they were filling up the truck and taking it to Goodwill. So, you know, it's either me, or it's either you, or it's Goodwill that makes the money. Somebody's going to make the money on it. Somebody's going to make that money out there. And so if it's there for the taking, I say go take it, be proud of it, and enjoy the freedom or whatever that money is going to bring for you, whether it's an education, whether it's a vacation, whether it's freedom from the job that you're sick of, whatever it is. Enjoy it and be proud of it, and don't let these people drag us down. Now let's talk about the money part of it for just a second. So in this, you got to understand, I live in rural Virginia. I worked in I guess you call it an inner city as far as around here goes, right? It's not a huge city, but it was an interesting place. It had, you know, extremely wealthy people and extremely poor people, kind of mixed it. There's very little middle class to speak of compared to the county and places that surround it. But the pay wasn't great. I'll tell you right now, I worked for 21 years at this place. Now, I'm not begrudging anybody. I'm not even criticizing it at all. Not at all. But I'm just trying to give you a picture. I enjoyed my years there. I loved teaching. I loved the kids. I loved all of it. But it was hard and it was tedious, and I gave my heart and soul to it for a long time. 21 years, and when I left, I made under $42,000 a year. Okay? And you know what? I could do so many other things and make that money. So many other things. Now, I get it. You know, you don't get Christmas, and you don't get there's all kinds of things that teachers get that are benefits that other jobs just don't get. You know, 2 weeks is nice. Well, you know, when you get 3 months, if you total everything up, that's really, really nice. So I'm not complaining about teachers' salaries here either. That's not the point of this. What I'm trying to say is I have so much more freedom now being just a reseller. And I make, as a reseller who doesn't even put all the time into reselling that I would if I was a full-time reseller, because be honest, guys, I pour 25 to 40 hours a week into social media. So the time for reselling is more than I used to have, but it's not full-time more. And we still make more than what we did as a teacher. And I say we because my wife helped me resell when I was teaching, and my wife helps me resell now and helps me with social media to some degree as well. And so we collectively do this together, and we really always have. We make more. Last year, and I was teaching for 6 months of those 12 months. Last year, profit now, we're not talking gross revenue here, made significantly more money than I did teaching. And enough money to actually still pay for those other things that you lose, you know, the insurance and all the other stuff, you know, the retirement and everything. It is very possible. I used to think doing reselling this way, I used to hear Pete, Craigslist Hunter, say it, you know, 50,000 net profit is probably about as good as a one-man show can do. I think it's more than that now. If you educate yourself, you create a system, I think it's very, very doable. Even selling junk that I sell. You know, things, and all of it's not junk, I don't mean that, but selling things like this eclectic mix, and I think you can actually niche out in a lot of different places quite a bit better than I do it. I think it's very, very possible to make around 100,000 if you do it right, and if you're willing to put in big time hours. But then at the same time, you can still take 2 days here, 3 days here, take 2 weeks here, and you can still get it done. So we've had a couple of really nice sales, have a couple more really nice sales today. This doesn't have to be one of them, but sold 2 more of these bags. They're not huge money, but they were multi-quantity sales. Sold 2 more of them, like $5.70 now for those, plus shipping. Not too bad. I can tell you that me and my wife, we have set a few goals for this coming year, and we're not ready to share them per se, but some reselling goals, and I think we can hit them. And I think year over year, for a few years anyways, we can increase our sales, even though we're spending so much time on YouTube and all that stuff. We have kind of got a system, and I think with a few more things that we implement, we can increase our productivity even more when we're working and still be able to take, you know, a few days here, a few days there, a week here, maybe 2 weeks, and still be able to make ends meet. That's the goal anyways. Hey, speaking of making ends meet, you know, last week we had that Redman controversy thing. eBay took it down. There was tons of Redman stuff all over eBay, and then they said, oh, hey, we're sorry, you know, go ahead and put it back up. But, you know, what was kind of weird to me the whole time is that the Redskin stuff hasn't been touched on eBay at all. Nobody's ever said anything. Now, Bonanza, they took it down. At least they did for me. But we sell Redskin stuff all the time and made a good sale over here. This mini Rydell helmet, pretty cool one. And this one right here, believe it or not, those little mini helmets right there, they'll sell for good money. This one went global shipping, I think. Or maybe it was eBay Standard International. But this one's going somewhere. And it sold for 40 bucks. Pretty good. I think I paid $1 or $2 for it. Next one's a blast from the past, especially for me. And it was something we bought at the Highway 127 sale. Paid a few bucks for it, and we're not making a bunch of money. I knew I wasn't, but I knew I'd also, kind of breaking the ice, you know, getting into the 127. It was the first sale we went to. Bought a few decent things, but no home runs. And this is a Roy Rogers flashlight. There we go, right there. Roy Rogers and Trigger flashlight, brand new in the package. It's not high-end stuff here, but you know, you don't see this stuff anymore very often. And this thing sold for, I think, 10 plus shipping. So not huge money, but it's, you know, brings back memories. I met Roy Rogers when I was a kiddo in Southern California. The Double R Bar Ranch. And Dale Evans as well. Not Trigger, though. Trigger was long gone all the time I was around. Sold some Fisher-Price Loving Family bunnies. I'll tell you what, it's always hard to find what you're looking for here. These were, I think, $6 plus shipping, and then sent an offer out on a bunch of stuff last weekend or sometime. I don't remember when we did it. And, oh, there they are right there. These little bunnies. And, you know, not big money, but, you know, when you're parting everything else out, you might as well part these out while you're at it. $5.65 plus shipping. Sold one of these House of Lloyd toy shop musical things the other day. Sold the other one today. Right here. I think they're identical. I hope they are, because I don't remember differentiating between the two. And I think she paid $3, and they sold for $20 plus shipping. Next one's the second viewer sale of the day, and this is from Robert. And Robert said he has a special connection to this hat. It is the one you saw it in the video the other day, and it is the USS Coral Sea right here. I think it sold for $20 plus shipping. I'll have to double check. But this one, he says, the special connections, he had 4 uncles on board the Coral Sea during the Vietnam War. So that is amazing. And if any of them are still out there, you know, thank them for their service. We appreciate it. My guess is that certainly some of them are. And that's the real deal hat right there. That's not a remake. Oftentimes you'll find these and they're reproductions of those hats, but this is the real deal. Even had the name of the person who served in there somewhere. Maybe not on this one, but on the other ones. So pretty cool. It's got the button as well. $20 plus shipping. Thank you so much, Robert. We appreciate it. Turner's sneaking candy in here. What kind of candy are you eating?
Abba Zaba.
Abba Zaba. All you West Coasters out there know Abba Zabas. Blue Ridge Mama gets me Abba Zabas every year for Christmas. Love it. Mm-hmm. Who's that?
The guy from Monsters Inc. What's his
name?
Guy
from Monsters Inc.
What's his name?
His name is Sully.
Sully.
Yeah. And this one is pretty, I don't want to, I'm sure it's not all that rare, but I've never seen it before. It's a nice little, about an 8-inch plush. And that one sold for $8 plus shipping, and I paid 50 cents. Just enough for you to do what?
Save $1, spend $1, and donate $1. Bye.
Just 2 sales in here. You'll have to, I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, you probably, well, you can see all this, all these VCRs and all this stuff. I've moved everything from over here, the things I never let you look at. because I told you I was going to buy, to save time, I'm going to buy tons of shipping materials, trying to do it like twice a year max, so I don't have to go in and rebuy, and just always have it here. And so one of the things I'm going to do here is I've completely restructured this room in here, and I'm going to build some storage shelves so that I can store all of the packaging material, every single thing in here, and just fill it up like once a year, just for efficiency's sake. $14.50 for this one. I think free shipping, but we only paid $2, maybe $3. So not a huge seller, but I'll take it. I'm sorry, I think I said free shipping plus shipping, so not bad at all. This is a vintage denim. This is, what is this thing? True Religion, I think. Yep, True Religion. And it's got a little mark right there, but other than that, it's in really good shape. This denim, like sweatshirt, hoodie, skirt thing. I don't know what the heck it is. Y'all tell me, ladies. You tell me, what would you call this thing? I don't really know. I'll call it enough to buy dinner. It sold for $38 plus, well, depends on where you eat, I suppose. The restaurant I miss most. Oh, I miss so many in Southern California. You know, but the one is In-N-Out. The one I probably miss the most, though, even more than In-N-Out, I know this is crazy if you live there, is Del Taco. It's cheap and it's good, and I just loved it. Anyway, tons of other ones too. So not bad here. Speaking of LA, this is where True Religion is, I think. I think they're based there still. So paid $1 for it. Blue Ridge Mama did, I think. Like a fill the bag or $1. Fill the bag for $5 or $1 a piece. One of those sales. And $38.50 plus shipping, not bad. Hey Reagan, we have a sale on the CommonwealthPicker.com store. What do you got?
You got Sally from Washington State.
That's right, and she bought a t-shirt and a mug. It's really cool. And we got some exciting stuff coming up, but we're going to have to hold off on the announcements.
Yeah.
Can we give them a little hint? Can we give them a little hint?
Mm-hmm.
We got some low quantity, but we got a few hats headed to the store.
Yeah.
So just hold on tight. And we got a few other things coming too that you'll be really excited about. So, oh yeah, the new cards. Mm-hmm. Yep, for sure. Matter of fact, I've been throwing a card of each in a lot of them lately, just because some people have been asking for the new one. So, there you go. Mm-hmm. All right, thank you, baby.
Bye, and don't forget to get your sticker at CommonwealthPicker.com.
Sold a few head covers as well, so we're getting low on the putter covers over there, and the other ones, we still got quite a few to sell. And we are in the pure profit at this point, believe it or not. So we got a long way to go, plus some high price stuff as well. The Ray Cook Silver Ray. This is a blade putter cover. This one sold for $12.50, free ship, but you know, shipping's gonna be cheap on that. And TaylorMade Rescue Dual. This one was $12. And this one, believe it or not, sold on Bonanza. I've never even heard of a Moonwood. But it sold on Bonanza. It's always the strange stuff sells on Bonanza. That's $10.50. So, no huge profits here, but we'll make over $15 profit. Probably closer to $17 profit on all three. Well, you know what? $12.50. No, we're going to probably make just about $20 profit on those three. Hey, I've got Pepper here. She's all of a sudden back in the snow melts outside and she's back in the shed. Oh, girl. Finicky cats, boy, let me tell you. Oh, my goodness, you're bullying me. You want to say hi? Watch, I'll pick her up. She'll leave. And say hi? Oh, look, now she'll leave. Maybe not. Hey, some thanks are in order. Gary, thank you, Gary. Gary from down in Daytona down there. Gary, you're awesome. You're always supporting us. He says, thanks for the history lessons 3. Buy me coffees. Buy me a piece of the shed. And you've done it before. So, Gary, thank you so much. What are you doing over there? Huh? Jeez. And then from Jeff. And let me read this message from Jeff right here. And I have one more coming out tomorrow. A thank you that's long past due. So that was Jeremy. So, Jeremy, hold on for tomorrow. Pepper is stuck down in there. Oh, my goodness. All right, here we go. Kevin, enjoy watching your videos and have started selling on eBay. Unfortunately, my only source right now are the thrift stores as I live in Everett, Massachusetts, and the winter doesn't give us much opportunity for garage sales. No doubt. I have no doubt about that. I have been lucky and found some great Revereware pieces. It's funny, I remember my mom using them. Unfortunately, when she passed, we must have thrown them out. Please keep the content coming. It's a joy to watch you and your family making life more enjoyable for yourselves and others. Good luck in 2022, Jeff. Jeff, thank you. Very, very kind. 5 pieces of a shed. Nobody has to do that. You guys are incredibly generous to us. And I thank you, and I just have to say thank you when people do this stuff. But if you do want to go check that out and go look at all of them, there's been so many. CommonwealthPicker.com/Commonwealth, and I always respond to y'all. So one more thing, and that is about Bubble Boy. I probably should put this at the beginning of the episode. But I get messages every once in a while like, Bubble Boy's not the cheapest and whatever. So, and they're like $25 for a roll of bubble wrap. So here's the deal. If you buy one, you're better off going to, say, Staples, right? But I don't buy one. I buy the Quadzilla. I buy 4 of them. And so you get 700 feet for $39.99. And I get it cheaper because I get a 5% discount because I do the subscription where it just shows up. So you can get it for around $38-ish, I guess, somewhere around there. And there are a couple people out there a little cheaper on eBay. They don't deliver as quick. They don't have a name and a face that I can put with it, and I'd rather support Bubble Boy. And they also don't have the perforations that can tear. I just hated that. It took me forever. And you can't find it and whatever. And so I'm definitely excited. Plus, they have the recycled stuff now, too. In case you're interested in that is, what is that? Same price, I think, for the recycle, $39.99. Anyway, so there you go. So for all the people that tell me they save money at Staples buying bubble wrap, it just the numbers don't add up. So there you go. Thank you to Joel for helping us, and thank you everybody for using those links. You guys are awesome. Blue Ridge Mama's gonna be on the next episode. She promised me because she's in trouble. All right, thank y'all, and we can't wait to see you next time.